right, the way you talk to yourself can play a big role in your overall mental health. Dr. Sabrina Jackson is here on this Mental Health Monday, and we'll let you know how you can get in on asking Dr. Sabrina questions as well, because Dr. Sabrina will stick around for hour number 2 and answer those questions at the tag board. But Dr. Sabrina, I think, excuse me, this is the starting place, how you talk to yourself.
How you talk to yourself, what you think about your situation, what you think about yourself. It is huge. And so today my acronym is BRIGHT, because we want to brighten our thinking. And so the B is first to just be gentle with yourself. Sometimes we're so critical of ourselves. We're so mean to ourselves. We say negative things about ourselves. Oh, that was stupid of me, or I'm not likable, or I'm, Please stop all of that.
Right. I don't like this suit. I don't like the way I look in this.
Oh, woo, please stop all of that. And then the R, and this is huge, reframing the negative thoughts. And so if we reframe it, it's being able to take it and then put it a spin that's positive on it. And so I give the example of my arms. I have big arms. I do. I just have big arms. And so for a long time I go, I don't want to ever wear my arms out and all of that. Well, it's a blessing to have arms. And I give the best hugs. Oh,
you do give the best hugs.
I give great hugs, and I believe that I give great hugs because I have the arms that I have.
But just to highlight that point too, Dr. Sabrina, if you do that about your arms, chances are you're doing that about every other aspect of yourself as well, and it retrains your brain. It
retrains your brain. So I changed my thought about my arms. One of the things that I say about myself is I have an incredible smile. I love my smile.
Gorgeous.
I say it all the time. And so just reframing our thinking. And then the I is to initiate positive I messages. So in order to flip it, you have to say positive things. I am beautiful. I am smart. I am charismatic. I am innovative. I can. Yes, and so begin those things. And then the G is probably my favorite, is to give thanks. Because when you're thankful, you can't be negative. And if you're negative, you can't be thankful. You choose. And so the fact that, and you gave this example, oh my goodness, it was great. I was talking about a person who ran into me that talked about her husband having a stroke and that he's better. And you says, well, yeah, you're dealing with a stroke, but you're not dealing with a funeral.
That's right.
It's being able to be thankful even for the challenging moments, because you can get past them if you're thinking positive about them.
Without question. How you think, the way you talk to yourself matters.
Yes,
and it's really a starting point, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a starting point for becoming mentally well.
Yes, yes, yes. And so you also want to highlight positive thoughts. You want to highlight the good things, thoughts without judgment. And so sometimes we may have a thought that may be a little off, but then we judge it so much that we make it much more than what it is. We turn a molehill into a mountain.
Yep. Don't turn a one-day story into a two-day story, right?
Don't turn it into a whole dissertation. No, don't. And then this last one is so huge, because we should surround ourselves with people who are uplifting, empowering, encouraging. So we should talk to empowering people. Empowering people are people who, the Bible tells us, you know, I'm a Bible girl, iron sharpens iron. But I've added to that, but it should not cut. I should leave you better, not bleeding. Better, not broken. Better, not bruised. And so I need to say things that are positive.
You know, it's just like the great philosopher Rocky Balboa. You know what he said? you hang out with good people, you do good things. You hang out with bad people, you do bad things.
It's just that simple. It's just that simple.
Right. All right, so stick around. If you want to ask Dr. Sabrina your questions today, head on over to our X page. Use the hashtag #AskDrSabrina. She will be back at our 10 o'clock hour. We'll go to the tag board. We'll ask your questions. So Dr. Sabrina, stick around. Not going anywhere yet. And if you want more from Dr. Sabrina, SabrinaJackson.com, or on social media on Instagram at the People Expert _.
Yes.
All right, Dr. Sabrina.
Welcome back. The People Expert, Dr. Sabrina Jackson, back to answer some of your questions now. We'll start with this one. Dr. Sabrina, how does the mental health of caregivers, such as those caring for aging parents or children with special needs, get addressed and supported?
One of the things that must happen is that the caregiver themselves has to engage in self-care. Because if you're busy caring for everyone else and don't do anything for yourself, you don't take a break, you don't ask for help, then it doesn't get addressed. And then you keep pouring from an empty cup. You can't do that. You cannot do it. So self-care is crucial.
And a lot of people have jobs that might be emotionally taxing.
Absolutely.
And they probably don't realize, sometimes that might be what's responsible for a bit of that roller coaster feel.
Absolutely. So again, self-care is a requirement, not a recommendation. It's something that you absolutely have to do. And one of those things is setting healthy boundaries, knowing when to say no.
What are some of the benefits or potential drawbacks of teletherapy compared to traditional in-person therapy?
Well, I think some people really just do better when they are able to connect one-on-one in person with a person. And so that's one of the positive things about sitting down face-to-face. But teletherapy is absolutely critical, especially since the pandemic. So many people were not able to go anywhere, and now we have this whole umbrella of how people can still get the help and support that they need. They don't have to leave their home, and some people can't leave their home, but they still can get help.
And if convenience is any sort of inhibitor to people going to get the actual care that they need, being able to just pop that phone open or laptop open, maybe it's just the first step.
It can be the first step, and you don't necessarily have to look at the person. Just telehelp, I can talk to you, hear the voice, have that connection, and still not feel like I have to be so in your face type of thing.
Nothing takes the place of the couch, or when you're Dr. Sabrina and me, I just come in and I'm like, okay, so here's what happened. It was a long day, Dr. Sabrina. Is that weird for you? Do people just always come in and they just want to tell you their whole life story?
People do. They tell me their whole life story, but I absolutely love it.
Very good. All right, and we love you. Tell us where we can find you.
Anytime at SabrinaJackson.com or on Instagram at @ThePeopleExpert_.
Good stuff. Dina.